Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Rocks, to part 2 of my Aldi yarn event, yarn haul, unboxing, reveal, whatever you want to call it. So if you haven't done already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and I'll let you know when there are new videos and stuff, which like live streams and all that kind of stuff. So the other yarn that I bought from my Aldi event was some Aran yarn, some 4-weight, and this is a bit more expensive than the packs of 4 DKs. You get 400 grams, 400 yards as well, or meters is it, because there's 100 meters in each one. So for $3.99, whereas these are $4.99. So these are quite big balls. These are my Aldi big balls. Remember I did some Poundland big balls? Well, these are my Aldi big balls. So this is called Steel, this colour. I'm just wondering, yes there is, the little peephole. This one each side. Gives you an idea of the feel. It's lovely and soft. It's really nice. Just trying to find the info, because there's no picture on the... There we go. So this one is a grey steel, 400 grams, 800 meters. That's pretty good, isn't it? So 75% acrylic and 25% wool. So looking for washing instructions. It says wash dark colours separately. We just got the symbols, which I hate. 30 degrees. I'm not sure if that's a machine wash symbol, that symbol there. If it had a hand, then obviously it's a hand wash. So let's have a look. We'll get this one out. I can actually get it out, that is. Just going to have to rip this one open. And sellotape it back up if I want to. So here we go. Giant balls, as bigger than your head. As they say, bigger than your head. So if I undo this band, because there is a pattern on the reverse, and because it's a nice big one, I don't have to rip this. I can turn it, I think I can turn it inside out. I'm kind of failing at the last. There we go. Nearly done, nearly done. There we go. So there we are. This one has a kind of a, would you say that's a large scarf or a shawl? I think there's an opening there so you can put it through. Let's see, what do they call this? The Aran cable pull-through wrap. And it takes one of the 400 grams of So Crafty, but it's knitted and it's got cable needles. So although you can't really see it, illustration's not the best. Apparently there's cable needles involved, but it's knitted. So yeah, that's the pattern. But you always get a freebie, you always get a free pattern. I'm not even going to try and put that back in the right way. I'm not really wanting to go back in again. It will eventually if I pull it and prod it. It's expanded. Look at that. We'll do that later. But this is steel, this one. God, it's huge. When you take it out, it's actually huge. So you're getting the same amount of yarn, same amount of yardage in the, no, you're getting the same amount of grams, 400 grams, 400 grams. This is £1 more, but you're getting a lot more yardage, because that said 100 grams was 100 meters. So that was steel. And then I got this colour, which, now the bag's falling on the floor. This one here, which is called Putty. Putty. And I suppose, yes, do you remember Putty? I used to enjoy working with Putty. When my dad was replacing the window, I used to love putting the Putty, making it all soft and then putting it in the window. And see if we can get a little picture of there's the peephole. So yeah, very nice. I like that colour, Putty. They didn't have vibrant colours this time. They were wintry. So this one is a blue. Again, they're all the same, but it is a 4-weight Aran, and this is called Teal. Now yesterday I got one that was teal. Nothing whatsoever like this. I think the other one's called light teal. This one's dark teal, obviously. But this is a colour, what I would say is more blue than teal. Doesn't really look teal to me. But yeah, I'm quite surprised, really, by the amount of yardage. That is actually really good value. So I didn't buy all of the colours. They did have a few others, but I did get 2 of those because I really liked that one, and I figured I might make a nice big project with that one. Now this one, I've got 2 more to show you. Put the bag down. And this one is called Berry. Berry? That's not very berry, is it? Would you eat a berry that colour? I don't think I would. It's nothing whatsoever like a berry. It's more of a rusty colour, isn't it? Would you say that's just like a very dark rust to me? Nothing whatsoever like a berry. I've never seen a berry that colour. I would even go so far as to say dark ginger, maybe. But berry, wrong yarn band, sorry. No way is that berry, but I really like that colour, and I liked it together with this one. I thought they kind of contrasted really nicely. Again, with the steel and the blue, which they say is teal, which I say is nothing like teal. So those 2, so that's kind of like 3 humongous skeins, really, if I could put that with that. But then I bought this one, and I wasn't really into this colour, but I figured, you know, I might as well get it to show you the range. I think they had a reddish one as well, but I didn't get that. And this one's called Fern, and it's quite a nice green, so I figured I'd get that as well and show you. But these are my my Aldi big balls. They're all exactly the same dimensions wise. 400 grams, 800 meters approximately. All of them are 75% acrylic and 25% wool, and that's all they say, unfortunately. They usually have a nice picture of the project that you can make on the other side, but they've obviously cut down on the amount of printing, and they're not showing that. Just got this big empty space. But all of them still do have the patterns on the inside. I took 2 apart yesterday, and they were identical patterns, so I've got a feeling that these ones will be too. So I'm not going to take another yarn band off. It expands so much. I think I'm going to have trouble getting that yarn band back on, but I will give it a go. I will beat it into submission and it will go back on. So what do you think? Quite good value for money. I think the wool content in these is enough or low enough not to cause me any hassle using this yarn. I only really find big problems with high wool content when it's rough to touch, and mohair. That rips my hands to pieces for some reason. But this, it just feels like any acrylic yarn, so I don't think I'll have any problems at all using this. So tell me, what do you think? They didn't really have any of the baby yarn in the Aldi that I went to, so I'm hoping that maybe today when or tomorrow when I take Tyler back home, Harley back home, getting my grandsons mixed up. It's because I've got them both today. And I'm picking up Tyler, but I'm taking back Harley. Confused. So yeah, when I take him back to Ashford, I'm hoping to pop in to an Aldi then, if it works out time-wise, and see what they've got, to see if they have anything different. But the yarns that I bought were all they really had in my particular branch that I went to. The yarns that I put in my part 1, which I'll put a link to at the end of this video if you haven't seen it already. It will pop at the end of the video, and all the videos pop up that are suggested, so it'll be one of them. So those were all DK weight, and this is all 4-weight Aran. So let's get the one that I opened originally that has expanded to a ridiculous, humongous size. Here we are. So it's a good size. I mean, I've not used their Aran. I do have some, probably up on the top shelf, of the previous times that they've done it. I can't remember what colours I've got, but I did buy some before to try. And I haven't actually worked with it, have I? Yes, I have. I actually have. I forgot. On Gary's blanket, this blanket, the big ball that I'm using here is one of the previous Aran yarns that they did when they did the yarn event, and they had those big balls of Aran. And I'm only, this is real dark blue. It's called Oxford blue. It looks black, does look black, but it is actually midnight blue. And that alternative row that I'm doing with that dark colour was one of them. And I've not had any problems with it affecting my hands, and it's worked up really well. I'm making this blanket for Gary, my partner, and it's made with it is the Premier Puzzle yarn, which is from the US. So that's the main yarn that I'm using, but the blue is one of the Aldi big balls. So I have used it before and I've not had any problems with it. So I'll put a link to this blanket at the end. It's what I call the box granny, because it actually is like a granny stitch, but it comes in like a box, if you like. So I call it a box granny. I guess other people have different names for it. I'll put this at the end as well if you're interested. There is a right-handed and a left-handed tutorial. If you watch the right-handed and you want the left, as soon as it starts there is a little link that pops up and it will show you where, you just click it and you'll get to the left-handed tutorial. But you could make this with any yarn. So if you wanted to, you could do the main colour this, and this could be your contrast colour, or you could do it with the rust and the beige being, well, they didn't call it beige, did they? What did they call it? They called it putty. So these two likewise could do it, but obviously you probably need more, because I've used quite a lot of this Premier Puzzle yarn, but then this is a big fat, it's not even a bulky 5, I think it's a 6, so obviously it takes a lot of yarn, and these are only 300 meters, so there's less in those. Depends how big you want it. So anyway, thank you for watching. There are other yarns that they do, and I will hopefully get my hands on some, and I'm not sure if they had any other colours. If they did have a wine colour, I seem to remember, but I'm not sure if it was the DK that I'm thinking. Anyway, check out your local Aldi if you're in the UK. You never know, you might be pleasantly surprised. They might have different yarns. I'm going to keep looking and see what I can find. Managed to turn it in the right way. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, everyone. Take care. And you never know, there may be a part 3. Bye for now.